it gets. We will never stop hunting and fishing. This is the Hunting Quest. We take 1 hour of every week and talk about our favorite things in the world, hunting and fishing. You'll get tips and help on the fishing environment locally in the DMV area. Plus, we're going to have fun along the way. This is the Hunting Quest. And now your host, Mike Tippin and Bennett Malin.
Yeehaw.
Hey.
You had your numbers way off this week, Mikey. You,
all right,
let
me hear this.
You had episode 34. We're on 37.
Whatever. Dude, I got close. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you 30-something. It's close enough.
That's all right, because we got a guest anyway.
That's right. So tonight we have my dad, the Reverend Santa Greg, the one and only, world-famous Rob Jackson.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on?
And apparently one hell of a walleye fisherman, too. So
well, we try. We try.
So what's
may
that
not
shirt
know what
you
he's
wearing?
doing, but they catch some pretty good ones.
Well, hold on. What's that shirt you're wearing?
Chudum.
Oh, he's wearing the old Chudum shirt.
Got the hat, too.
I like it. I got that
Oh,
exact
son.
same hat. It's I don't know where it's at. It's actually over there. Who
Take
you
the-
get? Obviously,
You take
Troy.
the guy alligator hunting one time.
One time.
Yep, one time. Hooked for life.
Right? And so you got Troy. Who else did you get? What's the other one? Is that Jacob?
Yep.
I said that one should be Troy. And that's the
Yeah.
one we got him.
Jake.
That's
Yeah,
the one
you
we got
guys
him
got him.
last year.
Yep.
Ah.
Last year.
All right,
Sure
all
enough.
right.
I didn't want to look like a tourist this year. We was hunting.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
You
I
know,
like it. I like
got to
it.
fill in.
Yep. So
That
I
was a
talked-
pretty fun feeling going over there to Duffy's, and when we walked up, Dad and I walked up there, the camera crew's there and everything, and the one guy that's kind of directing people out of the way goes, "Hey, I need you guys to step over here out of the way." And I turned and looked at him and went, "Oh, man, we're dropping off gators." And he goes, "Oh, okay, sorry."
No, sorry.
I was like, "Fucking nerd, dude, shut up."
Makes you feel like you're something special.
Yep.
It was fun.
I remember him getting that shirt now. He waited in line for hours.
Oh, I bet.
It's like 5 minutes. I walked over to Troy. I was like, "Hey, man, will you sign this shirt for me?" He's like, "Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bring it in."
Got pictures and everything from last year. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I was out one of the 9 dudes. That's so funny to me. They are like the most down to earth, just nicest human beings on the planet. And it's so funny to sit there and watch it. I mean, he'll sit there and talk to every person standing there watching. You know, after the cameras are off and all that stuff, he'd just go over there and hang out with people and talk.
Yeah,
sign,
it
sign
ain't
whatever and take pictures. You know, just hanging out.
Yeah, it's not about to him. You don't have a persona behind the camera and in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just not that guy. He is
Yeah, it's
exactly the person that you see on TV that he is in person.
I know I was impressed with what I saw. And I'm going to tell you, man, being down there, every single person that we ran into was nice.
Welcome to the South.
It was like, it was so refreshing, you know?
Yeah.
It really was.
And you speak to everybody, and they speak to you.
Yeah, and Jacob just, when he was doing that and we were doing our gators, and he came over and started asking us how it was going and, you know, things like that. And then he's giving us ideas. Oh, yeah, try this. Or we had questions and asking him, and he's just like, he'd known us forever.
Yeah.
You know, and he didn't know us from Jack, but, you know, just treated us like he's known us. And you don't normally get that. So it's very
Well, you know, that's what happens when you roll up to Duffy's with the alligator hunter of the year. Yeah.
You think it's gone to his brain?
Somebody had to take home the hardware, boys.
Oh, yeah, look at him.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at him.
He polished that thing up just
I
for
bet
that.
he did. I bet he
Hey,
did.
polished her up last night.
That's funny.
Oh, man.
Have you taken that?
Oh,
Where'd he go?
rip.
You got to fix him.
Oh, God, I'm way
You
out
get a
of
button.
I'm way out of position.
There
here.
he is.
There he's back.
Something happened. I don't know what went on.
What the
It's
hell?
all right.
Old
Have you
man
taken
in
that
technology.
for like the Stanley Cup yet?
No, I haven't done nothing with it. I think I'm gonna eat some ramen noodles out of it tonight.
Oof, no. Don't do that. Don't
No.
do that.
That's not cool.
Oh man,
Bring it with. I'm gonna bring it with me Friday morning and drink chocolate milk out of it in the duck blind.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I can't say no to that. I really can't say no to that.
Probably be a little
At
bright
all.
for the duck blind.
There's no pictures. It didn't happen. Remember.
Right?
that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
Oh,
So,
that's funny.
Man, we just jumped right into this. This thing was like, man, we were we were sucking down some nitro or something. So, first, I guess we probably need to do a better introduction of who your dad is, and so I'm gonna leave that to Benny. You
I don't know.
introduced him as the Reverend.
He's an old man. He's a reverend now. He's got ordained through the whatever church something.
Universal Life Church, baby. $50. Hey, $50 in the signature, and you can become a reverend too.
Oh my God.
I can't wait. So when I go home in November, Mike, I'm going home for my cousin's wedding, and he's officiating the wedding.
No.
So that's why he got his. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what could possibly go wrong?
I please video that one. Please.
It'll be video.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Oh my goodness. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing can go wrong.
It all went horribly wrong.
It'll be fine. That was fun. When I was there, what was I? Oh, now we lost Mikey. What the hell?
Now we lost Mikey.
Some
Oh.
I say, what was it when I was home for? Was it when we were on our way back from Louisiana? He got a package in the mail with all the paperwork and stuff for it. He's got parking passes and all kinds of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's funnier now.
Oh yeah. Dude, I got a clergy sign, like a handicap deal that you can hang from the mirror so I can park in the clergy. Oh yeah, I got a nameplate that I can put on my jacket and walk around. I mean, it's official. Praise.
We're gonna have to do some. We need some blessings down at Gator Camp next year.
He's gonna bless the boat.
I might be able to get me a bigger trophy.
Oh my goodness!
Holy shit!
That's
what we should have videoed that. I'm still mad that we didn't get a video of that whole.
I don't know why we didn't.
Ceremony.
I think the reason why we didn't do that though was, number one, it was a little questionable.
Yeah, I mean, I knew better, but goddamn, it was funny.
It was fun, and number two, honestly, I think we had all decided that at some point that week that we were going to drink brown liquor with cotton candy Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Yep.
And I don't think anybody
Amen.
was in shape to
The only one that was Cotton Candy Randy.
Yeah. What's the?
I think he's the only one that didn't feel it.
Well, what's the song? I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. Well,
That's right.
I'll never drink brown liquor with Wes again, ever.
Amen.
No, I'll do it again in about a year.
Oh, I will. I'll do it next year.
Oh yeah, we'll do it again.
I'll just forget about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That dude's cool.
Yeah, for sure. So you came down, and you came alligator fishing, hunting. Which one is it? Would you say it's more hunting or fishing?
It's kind of both. I don't know.
Myself, I'm.
Because I mean, you're on a line with a hook, so it's kind of fishing,
and you use a gun.
I don't know.
So
Either
whatever,
way.
I call it fishing, but alligator hunting, however you want to call it. So
Right.
you got your first taste of, and your first gator, right?
Yep.
What was it like?
Yep. Dude, it was one of the top 3 things of my life. Honest. As far as exciting, the adrenaline that went through, the people we were with, everything, it just all went together. You know, it was really a fantastic deal. I appreciate you guys getting me in down there with you guys. That was That was really, really, really fun. I still get excited thinking about it. I mean, it's just one of those deals. It's something, and I tell people around here, man, I went alligator hunting or alligator fishing. What? You're crazy. Yeah, I think I am.
Pretty sure.
Probably.
I think you're right. But man, when you get all that going on, and everything's going so fast, everything's working. You're working that line. You're getting them lined up, making sure a shot's clear, that you're not going to put a hole in the boat. You're not going to kill anybody else. Get that gun. Then you got to lift that gator up and wrap that tape around their mouth and close it. Yeah, I don't know about that. So you do that. Then you grab them and throw them up into the boat. Then you got to poke a hole in the tail, which that doesn't always work so dang well.
That never
put
works
that tag
well.
on. And dude, as soon as that tag gets that click,
Yep.
that's when the adrenaline flushes out of your body.
Yep.
And everything on you starts shaking.
Yep.
And it don't happen just once. It happens every
Every-
single time.
Yep.
And that's what I think is so neat about it, is just all of it. Just, it was really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
But,
So-
and everybody asks, is it like what's on TV? I'm like, no, it's worse.
It's way worse. It's way worse.
It's way
They cleaned
sketchier
it
than
up
that,
for
dude.
TV, man.
They do.
You're not seeing it.
Yeah,
No.
they do.
It definitely was a lot of fun. And like I say, I think I would imagine it's fun all the time, but the fact and the people that we were with
There you go.
and everything else makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just never met people before in my life, and I was treated like we've known each other forever.
Yeah.
And just fantastic. Yeah, it was really cool.
I tell, your story and my story is very similar in that, people ask me, so well, what's it like? Well, I mean, how do you describe that? It's you can't.
Yeah, no.
And then you tell them, look, this is what we did and this is how we did it. And they're like, man, you reached down, you grabbed this thing, you put duct tape or, took electrical tape and wrapped his mouth. I said, yeah, that was the easy part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Long
calm
as-
part of all of it.
Long as they're dead.
Right. Yeah, it's a little stressful, but that's the easy part.
Now you
Yeah.
got to get the damn thing in the boat.
Oh yeah.
And then you got to get it out of the boat. Then you got to get it
Yeah.
to the processor. And then the work does not stop.
That
Mm.
you're
And-
exactly right.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's what all my buddies are like, hey, did you get a chance to pig hunt? I'm like, dude, we didn't even have time for it.
No.
We wanted to,
Yeah.
but we never even got a chance. By the time we got done doing alligators, hanging bait, hunting alligators, then taking them in and getting rid of them, and all the processing and things that goes with that. And then we were running trout lines, do that. And then, you just run out of time. There's just not enough time to do all of those things.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
not enough energy.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh. Yeah.
I
You
I
go
watch
take a
Benny.
shower, get away from the mosquitoes, and then get hammered with Wes in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Brutal.
mosquitoes carry up the steps.
Oh my god, dude, they're bad.
I will never forget. This year was the first year that I saw it, and I kept it to myself until this podcast. So I watched Benny come in one night, and we'd had a long day, and Benny comes in, gets up the stairs, and I was like, hey, we're gonna go do something else, and he goes, look.
Yeah. Have fun.
And I've seen him be like, joke about stuff. I've seen him talk about it. It's like,
Oh yeah.
good luck.
Yeah.
He's
Y'all
gone.
enjoy that. This
Yeah.
beer's cold and this couch is real comfortable. Y'all have
Good
fun back in that boat. I'll be there tomorrow
Yeah.
morning.
Oh,
That's for sure. There was, I mean, it was the most worn out, best feeling ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely is long days and it's hard work. It really is hard work, man.
And we only did it for a week. You imagine what them guys go through to do that every single day for 30 days straight.
I say,
Man.
and they're running hundreds of lines, catching, hell, the one day Troy and them caught, what'd they bring in? 15, 20 gators?
Yeah.
That
In
one
one
day.
day.
Yeah, him and Pickle.
Yeah.
in
That's
one
crazy.
day.
Yeah. And she
Yeah.
ain't nothing.
And you're doing that for 30 days.
She's tough as nails, but she maybe weigh 100 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, she's a little big girl.
And she
Mhm.
is freaking tough as nails.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, my hat's off to them. I mean, to do that
without a doubt.
30 days straight, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You know what impressed me is when we were over at that seafood place where we had the gators in that cooler, and that one young man that was out there, man, he's just picking them things up and moving them around like it was nothing to it. I'm like, dude, these things are heavy.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just tossing them around, picking them up, putting them around people's necks. I'm like, whoa, dude. And he's not, I mean, you think of a big old muscle-headed guy. He's not that. But, man, I can just imagine that dude, we call that farm strong.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
But, yeah. A lot of work.
Yeah. And there's a I don't know. I wish, I kind of wish, but I'm glad people don't kind of experience that whole scenario, because I mean, I'm not going to lie. We have a very posh setup when we go down there. We have the creme de la creme of places to stay. And
Without a doubt.
And we have a really good set of boats, that we can, we're nowhere close to swamping. We got room to move. We got stuff to do. And so our setup is phenomenal. I think, we learn a little bit more every year.
Yep.
So you take all of that and then you say, well, how tough is it really? Well, we're not doing this for our daily jobs. We're not doing this for, a third of our income or whatever it might be. So I don't know. I'm just still
I know before this went that I was concerned, I'm going to say, because I am top heavy and I'm not real stable in a boat. And I'm like, man, you start thinking you're pulling up a 200-pound plus animal and put in a boat. It's like, okay, well, you put my 350 pounds on the edge of the boat, another 250 pulling the guest, 500. You got another person standing there. It takes a heck of a boat to keep from being laid over, or, you know what I'm saying? And then the fact that when you first start trying to pull that gator out and you see that line's down, it never fails. It's around a tree or a log or it's not, they're not just swimming around in the water just waiting for you. You're going to fight to get to the line, and the water's so dang murky, like you can't see an inch in the water. So all you can look for is some more muck than what was normal. And that's probably where that alligator is, but I'm not sure that that's where his tail is or his head is. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be real careful with that line, because they're angry.
Yeah, they ain't real happy.
When you tug on it, they're angry.
Yep.
And that's like that. That reminds me of that one that was back in that cut where it had gone like way back into the marsh and wrapped itself up around them trees. It was up on dry land.
On dry land.
And I was like, man, there ain't no way in hell we're getting this rope untangled to pull him over here. And I'm like, I guess I'm just going to jump off the boat and walk over there and hope he's tangled up in these trees good enough that he won't be able to swing and get me.
Oh, yeah.
Super Mikey, give me the 22. And you're like, hold on. Let's rethink this for a second. I'm like, I don't know that we really have a choice here.
Well, yeah.
And then I shot him from the boat.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was a good shot. It went where I wanted it to. Like, we're good. I jumped down off that boat, and I get 5 feet from it, and the thing picks its head up again. I was like, oh, shit.
Nope.
Yep.
Like, we're not good.
Like I say, they're good at pretending.
Yeah, they are.
They make a possum look like nothing.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And even when they're not pretending, I mean, you think about it. Those things live how many years, right? And
right.
They just kind of they're very, I guess the right word would be conservative towards their energy, right?
Right.
And so the little bit of energy that they do expend, they make sure it's worth it, whether it's for a food or whether it's worth getting away from something or whatever. I mean, there's not a lot of other animals that it has to get away from, right. But
another gator,
right?
Another gator, bigger gator.
Yeah. So I don't know. Aside from that, I don't know. I look at that and it's like, damn, man, these folks are I don't know. I don't know how to put it. I just you get out there and you're like, all right, so there's kind of in stasis. You shoot them, you think they're dead, they're in stasis. You go to tag their tail, and it's like, oh no,
Oh yeah,
oh no.
no doubt. If I can give anybody a good tip is when they go to tag that gator, make sure their knife is super super sharp. Because when it doesn't go through there, man, you know what? That tail, that's a lot of swinging meat right there.
Yep.
That take you right off the boat.
I said somebody got a real nice bruise up the side of their leg from one of them.
Yeah,
that
was
my
mistake.
The string.
Yeah,
that was a string, wasn't it?
That was string.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
I
my
think
mistake.
somebody, I think it was Emily got whipped by the tail. It was
by
like
the tail?
up the side of her calf or something.
Was it Emily or Dell? It might have
been Dell. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Somebody, I saw the tail swing and I heard I was like, oh, that hurt.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah,
that was.
Feel
oh
good.
yeah, that was over in the Planet Trotline boat, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it puts a whole new meaning to slap fighting.
No doubt. No doubt. You mean you could easily see that thing tossing you off the boat.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody want to be in that water.
No,
Yeah,
I'm good.
no.
I can think of a lot of places I'd rather be than swimming around down there.
Who was it?
I'd rather fall in that Detroit River than fall in that water down there, because I know in Detroit River there's stuff bad in there, but ain't gonna eat you.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember who it was. I think Wes was telling me about it. They were headed somewhere. I think they were in Planet Trotline boat, and somebody ran out of gas. They found like some boat that was along the way, and they had run out of gas, and they had a dog. Yeah. You remember this?
Yeah, they were letting the dog was just swimming around the river, and they're like,
yeah,
hey, you probably shouldn't let your dog swim out here. And they were like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
and the lady was
alligators,
like,
right?
Yeah, the lady was
really?
Yeah, she was going after the dog, right? She was out there swimming and having a good time, and I'm like, well, I wasn't there, but he was telling me, yeah, you realize we caught like a 9.5 foot alligator like right across from you. Oh, okay. And I'm like, you get the honorary Darwin Award.
Yeah. Amen. Who was telling us about that? They've opened a few of those gators up at times, and they'll pull like 5 or 6 dog collars out of there.
Yeah,
Carl was telling us about that. Wasn't
Carl. Yeah,
yeah. That stuff ain't gonna last. I mean, they don't have a lot of things to eat them, but they'll eat anything.
Yeah,
obviously by rotten chicken.
I have to admit, I've got a strong stomach, and there's not a lot that really turns my stomach from time to time. And I don't know. I think for the most part, I've been through a lot of different situations to kind of curtail that. But there's something about it when you've got a sharp knife and you're getting ready to puncture that great big bag of chicken that you bought from Pierre Part's store. And
4 days ago.
Yeah, and it's been sitting outside. No refrigeration needed.
No, it's been sitting on the levee in the sunlight for 4 days.
Yeah, you got to beat the flies off the bag to pick it up.
It's swollen like a freaking helium balloon, and you're like, "Oh, this is bad." And and I will say, I think our boat did really well. I learned a lesson. We talk about all the lessons that we learned during, gator season. Well, the first year I learned that I will wear nitro gloves all the time.
Oh,
yeah. Those were a huge win this year.
Yeah. But more importantly, you ask, well, why would you wear nitro gloves? Well, obviously you're dealing with raw chicken and maggots from the raw chicken and the smell. But I learned the lesson the hard way was driving back from Louisiana last year, headed back here. And I couldn't not smell myself. My hands smelled like rotten chicken.
Oh, rotten chicken, not raw chicken, rotten chicken.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, never again. Never, ever, ever again.
I can understand. Now, I heard some kind of rumor that supposedly, the alligators got a bunch of bacteria and stuff like that on them too. But I've heard rumors that like all these guys that gator hunt a lot and are around it, they bathe in bleach water. Like they put a little bit of bleach in their water when they take a bath and soak in that to get that stench off their body.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
You know, I mean, and the bacteria and all the rest, you know. But
it's probably not a bad idea. I mean, it's a terrible idea, but there ain't much other choice you got.
Tell you what is it's some
that stink part is the part that people don't think about. You know, you watch the TV, well, you ain't got a smell-o-vision. You ain't got a smell-o-vision. Ain't no smell-o-vision yet. Dude, everything down there stinks.
Yeah.
All of it. Whether it's
hold on,
bug spray you spray in your mouth,
or
the gators, or the raw chicken that's been in the sunlight for a week and a half.
Oh yeah.
Or gas that you spill over yourself, or everything just reeks.
Yeah.
Or just you sweating profusely.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the BO just in general I mean, granted, we had phenomenal weather while we were down there. I mean, everybody was talking about this is the best weather we've ever had. Then the hurricane came through, right? So, but
right.
But phenomenal weather. It wasn't, I mean, it was hotter in Virginia than it was in Louisiana while we were there. I don't think we had a terrible amount of rain that I recall. I mean, we had some while we were inside, and we had some while we were a little bit on the boat, but nothing terrible.
Not bad while we were on the boat. No.
Yeah.
That day that me and Baxter and Chris went to check the bait traps, that day rained pretty goddamn hard while we were out there.
Yeah, y'all were.
We went and ran the levees in a golf cart, checking. They had set out a bunch of crawfish traps to catch some bluegill to use on the trout lines. And man, we get out there and it's just sprinkling. We're like, oh yeah, no big deal, whatever. We'll just get a little wet. We're fine. We get towards the backside of that levee, so we're 1,000 yards from the house, and it starts freaking pouring. I mean, it wasn't even rain. It was like somebody was dumping a bucket of water on your head. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's different rain than we're used to.
Yeah, it ain't little drops. It's like somebody spraying you with a fire hose.
Right.
I remember when you came in with that one because you were in all your Sitka stuff, right?
Yeah.
The Equinox.
Yeah, I was wearing the shirt.
Yeah,
because I remember
it was a bad day.
I just went into the bathroom and just stripped down in the bathroom. It was like I don't know what to do with these clothes. And so
that was Friday night.
Yeah, I threw them in the sink, and then finally had them dry enough that I could throw them in. I was like, I don't even want to throw them in the dryer yet because they're too wet to throw in the dryer.
I will say though, again, not sponsored by any stretch of the imagination, but Sitka Equinox stuff. That stuff's pretty impressive.
Some of those mosquitoes down there were getting me through it.
I agree. I
had a couple of them get me through that stuff.
When I didn't have it on, I suffered.
Yeah.
Suffered. That was terrible. That's the other thing too, is a lot of people say, oh, do you make money selling alligators? I was like, look, I'm not here to make money, right? We're conservation effort. We're trying to do things, but I did the math on the fuel, and I did the math on, a lot of other things. And the biggest cost that I could come up with, it was, our bug spray cost was astronomical.
Yeah. I guarantee you can never have this. An old friend of mine, his mom told us one time we were sitting at a table and she had done some kind of insurance thing or whatever. And she told us, boys, you can't never have too much insurance. And I'm telling you, if you go to Louisiana, you can't never have too much bug spray.
That is so true.
Never. I mean, it was like going on, you put on like paint layers, like spray once, let that dry a little bit, hit it again. Now we're going to go with a top coat, Yeah. Otherwise, they're carrying you away.
And then you walk over to the boat and you hit yourself again for the fourth boat.
Like just
brutal.
Then you start sweating, and it's time again to just. Yeah, it's crazy.
I will say now again, not sponsored. We wound up with all in all, I'd looked at a lot of different boats. I'd looked at a lot of different, thought processes kind of went through as to how I was what I wanted to do and build things. I can tell you without a doubt that War Eagle was and is probably, in my opinion, my best boat I've ever bought.
Oh, that thing was slick. I'm so happy you got a center console and not a side console. I'm glad I got that seed through into your head. Because the center console is just being able to move around the boat like that just makes everything so much easier.
It sucks trying to find a freaking cover for it though.
Oh yeah. It's a boat. It's fine.
Nope.
It's coated. It'd be okay.
Custom covers, $800.
Oh, is that all? Pocket change.
That's a bargain any day.
I should have gotten 2 or 3 of them. I didn't know they was on sale.
All right.
Shit.
I will agree with you. You did a fantastic job picking a boat. That boat worked perfect for the purpose. That was absolutely perfect. Yes.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and I think we did all right. It's now we'll see how it holds up in duck season. I mean, it is a Ducks Unlimited boat, so we'll see how it goes. And I think Benny posted the pictures up. We got something from the owner of War Eagle, so we're gonna see if we can get him on here and talk to him further down the road. But
yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah,
I was definitely. I have to admit, I'm, not bragging, nothing like that. The boat itself, I've been on a lot of boats, and that damn boat was pretty freaking stable for everything we did for it, all the people we had on it.
100%.
Yeah.
That one trip, the one trip we ran down the river a good ways, man, that trip back, we had that thing trimmed out. You get it trimmed out right. I don't know if you guys could feel it. I was driving it, but you get it, and all of a sudden it just floats right up on top.
Well,
and you just touch that steering wheel, and you can just touch it, and it just
it starts to chime. They call it
I'm like,
chiming.
oh my God.
It's a little loose on the rear, and you're just kind of, you're just up there. You got a little air under it. You're just letting her eat.
Just
drop in the water, baby.
Hell, we had, 6 people in the boat?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's doing that?
Yeah.
We were rolling. What
more
did you
do you
say
need
we
it to do?
were rolling at? Like 40?
I think that run, we were like 42 and some change.
And good gas mileage.
And decent gas mileage.
It's really weird as we were going upriver, and it seemed like we got better fuel mileage on the way up than we did on the way down.
Absolutely.
I think you know what it was? Less drag.
Right?
Yeah.
Put some AMS oil in that bad boy.
Right?
Yeah, we had her floating on the way back, man. She was flying.
So I got to thinking about this, right? And I was going to bring this up on this call with or on this this podcast. We were, I thought about all the times that I've driven that boat. I drove it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Twice. That was it. Mm-hmm. I drove it the night that we went out and picked up, we went and set all of the all the jug lines.
Yeah, that was the night that I went, y'all have fun.
That was him. That was the night.
You guys have fun. And
then the driving it back up to put it on the ramp or to put it on the trailer, which was an experience all in itself. But
yeah,
we made it.
Was rolling pretty good that day.
Ooh, God,
the wind was blowing. Yeah,
the wind was blowing. That was right when that rain was starting too. So that river was moving.
I was trying, and I'd have it perfectly lined up, and then something it was just like, nope. I'm like,
I'm sitting there, I'm watching in the rearview mirror, and it's like bow perfect up the center of the trailer, and then it just, I'm like, missed it, back up, just perfect right up the center of the trailer, drifting off.
And then you try the offset, and then you're like, oh, I got this now. It'll just push us right up. Nope. We just kept out. I'm like, screw it.
Floats right on past. I know. And you know what? If nobody else is there and nobody else around, first time, boom,
I'd make
right
that every
on.
time.
No, I don't care. It could be middle of a hurricane, and that boat's going to go right on as long as nobody else around to see it. But man, I'm with you. I feel that.
Now,
It was different.
so while you said that, that's a real quick thing. Hurricanes.
Oh yeah.
We got a lot of folks that are down there. Obviously Tracy, dude, hang in there. Be safe. I know you got to work. Do your thing. You're really cool. You got this. And man, we're sending good thoughts and prayers your way, man. So Tracy's a pretty good listener. He's I've known him for a long time. So man, he's got to work. He's got a lot going on down there. So hang in there. If you can, we can do anything for you, let us know after the fact. And if not, I mean, dude, we'll bring 100, a couple of 100 gallons of diesel down to you if you really want to. But so the folks down that are getting ready for the hurricane, and obviously the folks up in North Carolina and Georgia and Florida that took Helene. Look, if not that we haven't tried to help, but if you haven't helped out, try to. A lot of folks need your help. They need a lot of support. There's a lot of good organizations, whether you go through American Red Cross or whether you go through Tim Kennedy's organization. There's a ton of folks out there. So I want to get that in there real quick. You mentioned hurricanes, and I was like, all right,
Yep.
gotta get that plug in there. So
without a doubt.
I said, did you see the videos of Tim Kennedy down there?
I have.
Dude, they're kicking ass in North Carolina.
Yeah,
they're so fucking badass.
Yeah.
They're down there. They're what is he? Is he a beret?
Yeah, not a SEAL.
Yeah, I knew he was special forces of some kind, but he's got a whole team of dudes that are all like retired SF guys.
Yep.
And they're just down there in a fucking Black Hawk, flying around like fast roping out of Black Hawks and dropping off cases of water to people.
Yep.
Like they are doing some crazy shit right now.
Because they are some bad dudes.
Yeah, they're doing some really cool shit.
Did you see where they were? Yeah, did you see where they were dropping off hay to the cows and the horses and things like that from the helicopter? I'm like, y'all go ahead. Y'all are awesome.
They're doing some really cool shit. Not to say that the other people that are helping aren't doing amazing work too, but those guys.
Yeah, there's tons of it. There's a ton of really, really good work that's going on out there. Just because there's good work going on out there right now doesn't mean that they can't use your help. They can't use your support, whether it's financially or whether it's
well, rip. Financially or Mikey leaving the podcast. Oh, they both lost. Well, hold on a second, guys. Here we go.
He was tired of being on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I got you on the. Yeah, you're good. I'll fix this.
So yeah, if you can support them monetarily, great. If you can't, don't. We get it, but more importantly, if you can lend something, there's plenty of organizations. I saw Anthony Oliver. He's got a place down in Hopewell. It's doing some stuff down there through the church. There's a ton of places. If you need to, if you got stuff, you just empty out the closets, before Christmas time comes in and fall hits and winter hits and all that stuff. I'm sure they could use it. So that's my deal.
The thing, Mikey, that a lot of people think about, and I remember hearing people talk about this, is they get all overwhelmed with all the help that comes right now. Yep. But you know what? In 6 months, they still need a little bit of help, and that's when it's a really good time to kind of try and help them out. And I mean, it just it's a terrible situation everybody's in down there, and but it sounds like the people are, I mean, we're strong-willed, man. And
it's Appalachia. I mean, good God, you talk about people who could survive.
Dude,
that's right. Yeah,
I saw one dude down there. He came up on my Instagram page the other day. He was on an Instagram live video, and his house got taken out. He's charging his phone off a generator and this, that, and the other. He's basically just living wild in the woods right now. And somebody had sent him a message and was like, is there anything we can do to like help or send you supplies or this, that, and the other? And this old boy, he's sitting there and he goes, well, there ain't really no way you could get it to me, and I can't get out to get anything. But if any of y'all wanted to send me some titty pictures, that'd be cool. Those are always good. I'm like, this fucking guy, dude.
Yeah.
He's living his best life, dude. At least he's still got his priorities straight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty solid right there.
You need food or water or anything? No.
No.
Oh, a little bit of titty picture. Get me
Teddy'd
through
be cool, though.
everything
Everybody
good.
want to send me some of that. We'll be all right.
That's crazy.
It's like this fucking dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, there's going to be a ton coming after this next hurricane though.
Oh,
Milton
yeah.
is no joke.
No, that's huge.
Yeah, and I mean, so I found something out, and I thought this was, I don't know, I shared it with my wife, and she kind of looked at me like that's dumb, but it's a little bit of information. So the scales as far as hurricane goes is Cat 1 through 5, right?
Right.
You know why they don't have a Cat 6? Is because after Cat 5, there's a certain limit that hurricanes can't get any worse.
Yeah,
I didn't know this.
They were talking about that with Milton because at one point in the Gulf, they were like, it is almost like as big as it mathematically is allowed to get in Earth's atmosphere.
I didn't know that.
That's a thing?
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I saw that the other day, too. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
My wife looked at me like I had two heads.
That a hurricane or a cyclone will never cross the equator either. And it's got to do with the gravitational pull and the portion of the air. So you never have a hurricane or anything cross through the equator. Read all about this the other day. But yeah, and I think this Milton was like number 2 on the mega scale, right? Or not? What am I trying to say? The MB where it was like 897 megabar. Is that?
Oh yeah, the millibars.
Millibars.
Yeah.
And there was only one, I think it was Hurricane Emily or something like that, that was worse than it at that time.
So
Katrina's like down at number 5. And we all think, oh, Katrina was the worst disaster ever. But,
no.
Well, Katrina was, I mean, it was a bad storm, but it wasn't the storm. It was the levee that broke that messed stuff up. Yeah, the storm was bad, but in the scale of hurricanes, Katrina was not that bad of a hurricane.
Right. Now you tell people who were in New Orleans for that, and they'll argue with you. That was a horrible storm. My mom.
I mean, it's a terrible storm. It ain't a good storm.
But it ain't Milton, that's for sure.
No. And here's the thing about this Milton storm, which I to me is amazing, is everyone just started cleaning up from the last one, and all that debris is outside, and it's still out there. So now you're bringing 120 mile an hour winds with, they've been working around the clock trying to pick all that debris up, but it's still out there. Yeah. Now you've got all these extra projectiles flying through the air. Dude, my God. I feel for all those people, man. I hope everybody down there just heeds the warnings and, hey, how many times we've been told something's going to happen and it didn't?
Right.
But if you heeded the warning, you didn't have a problem.
Right.
But if you didn't, and it does happen, there you go. Problems arise.
We had that's the part that I think a lot of people don't understand. I grew up with hurricanes and I mean, like you all, kind of grow up around tornadoes, right?
Tornadoes, right. 2 miles.
I can get that. There's an F5 and it's only 6 miles away. What? Yep. Nobody cares.
Yeah, we're outside looking at it. We're outside watching it.
Look at this picture. No.
Getting a little breezy, Margaret.
No. But I grew up with hurricanes, and hurricanes are obviously you respect them. You get drunk and you have a party, and
sure.
blow away, great. But a lot of people were talking about they're trying to evacuate and they're trying to get out of whatever area that they're in, and they're 26 miles an hour on the interstate. People running out of gas because there's no gas down there. All right, look, I mean, there's ways to evacuate from your home and go to a hurricane shelter, right?
Amen.
And that's a lot of people don't get that. I remember as a kid, Hurricane Frederick came through, and that was a wicked storm. And I remember it's one of the few times my mom packed us all up, and we went to the school, and we hung out at the school, and it was bad. I mean, it was really bad. I remember it to this day.
Yep.
But there's shelters in place. There's shelters that you can go to, evacuate. Don't try to ride this thing out, man. Come on.
I say I know a couple. One of my buddies at work, his family's from Tampa, and they're staying still.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all are fucking crazy.
Have you seen the old boy? Have you seen the old boy? They're calling him Captain Dan. He's staying on a 20-foot
he's staying in his
sailboat out there,
fucking
and
sailboat
he's
in
got
Tampa
only one
Bay.
leg. And it's it. I'm like, come on, man, come on, dude, you're gonna lose your damn life. What, I mean, I don't. Hey, I'm all for doing stuff a little bit crazy, but there's crazy and then there's insane, and
Hey,
I don't know.
But we live in a place that he can do that, and if that's what he chooses to do.
I pray for him. I hope he does well. I hope it works out for him.
Yep.
I really do.
And if he doesn't, hey, he knew
then he knew what he did.
So,
yeah. Hey, but his family and everybody else can't come back and go, oh, well, nobody did enough to get him.
Right.
What are you gonna do? No. Handcuff him and take him away? That ain't gonna happen. You know?
Right.
But yeah. Wow. Let's hope and pray everything works out. And hell, I'm seeing now it looks like there's another one coming up through there again.
Yep.
After
we're
this,
talking about
maybe
that.
Another week. I don't know that we've ever seen 3 in a row coming through in a couple weeks' time.
Yeah, not in a couple weeks' time, but I know in 2000, I want to say 5 or 8. It was one of the two. They had a ton of them that just kind of one after another hit Florida.
I do remember.
But I don't know the extent. I don't know. Obviously, none of them are as bad as this one, as Milton.
Not.
But so I don't know. The fishing's going to suck for a while down there, though. So
I say that's going to screw everything up down there pretty bad, isn't it? That really affects the water and the whole aquastructure, I guess, right? Yeah,
everything. They're talking about the water, the temperature of the water in the Gulf right now is the highest that it's ever been. And I mean, there's a multitude, and this hurricane may or may not help. And you've got, the absence of the Gulf Stream that's been coming through. And so there's a lot of things that kind of go through that area. I know the fishing was on point this year, and, we'll see. Obviously, it's getting late in the season, so you're going to see some of the, the fishing as it moves, further south, towards the Keys, and then, Bahamas, and all the way down to Turks and Caicos, and, so forth and so on. So I think that you're going to see, and Trinidad and Tobago, those folks are going to be, I think the fishing is going to be pretty hot down there. So if you're looking for a place to go fish in the wintertime, you might have some good fishing down there, but right now the Gulf's not the place to be.
So,
yeah, not so good of a place. So, but we kind of got off topic a little bit. But, so tell us, I meant to ask you. So you've turned into this magnificent walleye fisherman. What's
that's a stretch. Calm down.
That is a stretch. Huge. So the thing what we found is, and we'd always heard that the Detroit River has a walleye run. They come out of Lake St. Louis and through Lake Erie, and they come down through the river to spawn. So the trick is catching at the right time, and you get the bite when it's on fire, right? And you have to, since it's like the very first week of April, I'm gonna say, so water's still pretty cold, no ice, no nothing, but we'll get out there and jig the bottom, and it can be some fun, man. Yeah, it really can. What we're finding though is, because we come from out of state, it's not expensive. I mean, $100, buy a tag for a week or 2 weeks or whichever, and then you also want to buy a Canadian license as well, because you're going to fish Canadian water. But it's not too expensive, but finding a place is the biggest thing. And I got invited, not last year, the year before, with a friend of mine whose family's been doing this for a long time, and we went, and they had a house, and I was able to take my dad, and we went and fished. And the guys I was with, we struggled. I mean, honestly, to begin with, we had a hard time catching fish, man. It was like, how if you go fishing for something new, it takes a little bit to figure the bite, and you might have had 10 bites before, and all of a sudden they're gone. You just don't know what it was until you catch that first one. But yeah, I would highly recommend anybody gets a chance to fish the Detroit River in April. Great time.
I think
Great
I'm gonna
time.
have to. I think I'm gonna have to plan on coming home for that trip this year.
Well, I'm trying to find here. So what we want to find now is a place with like a dock on the water. So because what we had to do this time, we stay in a hotel, but we have to launch the boat in the morning. And you think, oh, I'm gonna go out. We can catch our limit. And which, if you hit it at the right time, you might limit your fish in 2 hours.
Right. Well, it's all just dependent
and
on, it's like everything else. It's weather and,
right,
time of the year and this, that, and the other. If they're running water or sunny or.
exactly. But what every time it seems like us, we fish all day long and we fish hard. And then, like I said, by the end of the day, you're worn out. You're thinking, when you first go out in the morning, you're going to come in, we're going to have some lunch, we're going to relax a little bit, and then go back out and fish. Yeah, well, we spend the whole day on the water, and it kind of wears out. It wore your grandpa out, that's for sure.
I know he was worn out.
Yeah, a couple days he's like, oh, you guys go have fun. I'm staying home.
That was me at Gator Camp this year. Yeah, y'all have fun. I'm going to stay here and drink a beer. You guys are idiots.
Yep. Well, for sure.
I say, and that's what, the second year you guys have gone up there?
This is the second year, yeah. Next year will be the third.
Yeah, I say. Well, and it seemed like this year too. You guys had a little change in the boat strategy too. Because I remember the first year you guys took just a flat bottom, right?
Well, we had Rod's boat, and I think it's a semi, isn't it? And a semi V, 18 foot, but it was a smaller boat. It was 18 foot, and that's big water, man.
Yeah, I remember you telling me you guys were just getting the shit beat out of you while you were up there.
It's big water, and it can get really rough really fast if the wind's blowing, man. I mean, those Great Lakes, there's nothing to play with. You can get, I mean, it stuff happens fast.
Yeah.
And bigger the boat, the better you feel. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
And I don't mean that just because you got a big boat doesn't make you safe, but it definitely makes you feel safer. You know. But yeah, it's nothing for if that wind switches around and comes blowing from Lake Erie up into the river. It's easy to get 5-8 foot swells, and when you're in an 18-foot basic John boat, that's a little bit. And I was thinking we were going to take this 18-foot bass boat up there, sitting real close to the water, and now that's not the boat for that. You know what boat's for it up there? Is those deep V Lund boats. Those are nice boats for up there. Now,
I say you almost need like one of them. I don't remember what kind of boat that was. When we went on that cruise to Alaska and we went fishing, remember that?
Yes, same kind of boat.
Big canopy with the big. Yeah, that's
There's
what you
need.
need.
There's some of those out there. Yes,
that metal shell where you can get inside and get out of the rain and all that water and stuff, and keep the water out of the boat.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you the story here, and we talked about this earlier, but. So this year we went and we had this big boat. We had an Ezub John boat, center console, nice. It was a repurposed dive boat for the state of Arkansas. So it's white and red, right? Looks like Coast Guard. So the way you fish that river is you go upstream and you just kind of float with the water, and they call it vertical jigging. So you want your line to go straight down with you were using 1 ounce jigs. Bouncing them off the bottom, you come up about, I'm going to say 3-4 inches off the bottom, and just bounce your jig up and down, and you you basically hit a walleye in the head, and they bite it, and you reel it up, So anyhow, and what you do is you just kind of go upriver, and then you float downriver, right? Well, there's millions. I shouldn't say millions. There's 300 boats, right? And it's a pretty good sized channel. It's big area, and everything's cool. But there's boats everywhere with all these guys fishing. And, man, we take that boat and we drive through those guys to go up to the top. And there are 50 boats up there. When we got to the top, they all left. And we fished by ourselves the whole time, man. It was kind of, at first we didn't notice it, but then it's like, why are all these boats leaving when we come up here? And we started putting two and two together, figured it out. That they're like, man, that's the law. We don't want to be fishing around these guys. If they'd only known.
We kind of noticed that when we were at Taneycomo this year. Remember, we'd come around corners and people would come way down off plane and just kind of idle past us. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I'm just penning it past them. Then they get close and they look at you like, wait, what the hell? That's not
what the heck are you guys? Yeah.
Who the hell is this guy? He's fishing. I'm like,
Yeah.
idiot.
But yeah, it's fun. I'd recommend it to anybody that gets a chance to do it. It's and it's a learning curve too, you know.
Mhm.
It is big water, and you definitely want somebody that's got some boat skills to be out there as a captain for you, because yeah, things can go south fast, real fast, you know. And the water's cold, you know. It's cool though. The water's the color of the water is it's almost an aqua, you know. It's really weird. And what's cool is you go up and you're fishing, and you are in the middle of the city. Like, this is Detroit, you know, and hey, real quick story. So the year before, we're fishing and I hook into something and I'm reeling, man. And I'm thinking I got this big old fish, you know, and I'm pulling it up. And as I'm pulling it up, it's a boot. And I get this boot up, and I told the guys in the boat, I said, dude, if there is a foot in this thing, we are going home, boys. Thank God there was no foot in it. But yeah, you never know what you're going to get. We're fishing, and there's floating condoms floating down the river. Things.
So classy, dude.
Yeah,
I love Detroit.
Hey, welcome to city. Welcome to city fishery.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it definitely is cool. It's definitely fun.
But you do it again, right?
Oh, every time. Now we're trying to find a place now where we could dock the boat on the water, have a house there, a rental house that we can put 7-8 guys in, you know. So we're looking on Airbnb and places like this, VRBO and all, and it'll say, oh, sleeps 12. And so you're like, oh, okay, look, and it's like 2 queens and
a bunch of bunk beds.
Just a bunch of dudes. We're 60-year-old men. We are not sleeping together. We're not piling on top of each other. What the heck, man? So yeah, it gets a little difficult to find the kind of place when you get a bunch of guys. Yeah. But I have talked to some other folks about it and doing some education on it, that they rent like a marina. They'll just rent a slip, and then it doesn't really matter where you're at. You're not launching the boat and loading the boat every time. You can park in your slip and then just get in your car, go get a sandwich for lunch or whatever, you know, and break the day up a little bit. But but I mean, for us guys that, like you said, Mikey, we're not professionals. We're there for a week to have fun. We want to cram as much as we can into that little bit of time. Yep. So, you know, that's okay, but you got to kind of watch it, because you wear them young guys out. They got to go up and take a little nappy.
You got to take a little nap to start drooling.
There ain't nothing wrong with a little nap.
There's nothing wrong.
There
you know
is.
what? Best part about vacation is doing whatever you want to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, I am kind of pissed though. This last weekend, I took a nap, and on Saturday, I missed one of the best college football games of my life. In my 25 years on this planet,
really,
I missed one of the best college football games I think ever
Which
happened.
one would that have been?
That'd have been the old, the wonderful university called Vanderbilt beating the dog shit out of Alabama.
Now, I don't know if you can say that. That they won. I'm going to say they won. I'm not going to say beat the dog shit out of them, but they did win. You know,
they played a good game against Bama.
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't even say that. Bama just played a terrible game.
Hey, after the game they played against Georgia, come on. You have to expect that kind of a letdown. Every team you see do something like what they did against Georgia, you can dang near bet against that team for the next week. You know?
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Dude, I woke up from that nap and saw that, and I was so happy.
That's not very nice of you.
I think I texted Mikey and said, not Vandy.
I can't believe you do that.
Really? Really? Do you know me?
That's not. I wonder where you learned that kind of thing.
Yeah, no shit.
All right. So,
See, now you got Mikey worked up now. Yeah.
See, now he's mad.
No, hey, first of all, not everybody needs a nap.
That's true.
Mikey does not need naps.
I don't need naps. I'm not a good person.
He is an angry man after taking a nap.
Yeah.
Yep. He has said that.
Yeah, I let it be known.
Uh-huh.
I let it be known. I'm not a good person after a nap. Aside from that, how's Missouri doing this year?
We finally had
Dude.
our first loss. We lost to A&M, but
Yeah.
that's all right.
Okay.
No, we didn't lose to A&M, dude.
We killed ourselves to A&M.
A&M smoked us.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off of
They
you.
beat the
Dude,
brains
that
off
quarterback, their quarterback is a freaking stud.
Yeah.
That dude
Well,
is a freak.
I talked good of Missouri this year. I really did. I was
I-
like, man, they stand a good chance this year. They really do. They recruited well,
Mm-hmm.
and then they hit the Missouri slide. So
Yeah,
it's all
I
good.
was concerned about it, man. After the games that they've played, you just don't know which team's going to show.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know what in the hell is going on with my connection tonight. And they're back.
How much did y'all spend on NIL? How much did Missouri have to spend on NIL this year?
I
No
have
idea.
no idea.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's probably a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sure.
I think that the NIL, and I think that to me, I don't know if it's screwing up college football
I hate it.
or between that and the portal has got things changed. I
Mhm.
mean, you know, when guys are like, well, heck, I'm third string Alabama quarterback. I'm never going to see the field, but I can go to such and such, and I'm going to get my NIL money, and I'm going to, and I can play football.
Right.
And they might not be such a good program, but I don't know.
Well, I think you're getting a
I'm
lot
kind of
of
on the fence on it all.
I think this way, the way they're doing it now, you're getting a lot of talent that's not sitting as Alabama's third string quarterback. They're
Well,
going to go
yeah,
play at
there is
another
that.
school, and
There
then
definitely is
now
that.
they're a threat to everybody else.
Yep, there definitely is that.
I think there's a lot more talent spread. I mean, hell, look at this week. Mizzou lost to number 25. Alabama
Yep.
lost to an unranked Vanderbilt. Tennessee
Yep.
lost to an unranked Arkansas.
Yep.
What was the other
Michigan.
one?
Michigan lost
Yeah,
to
Washington beat Michigan.
Yep.
You had
I
USC
actually kind
came
of
in
called
to
that
beat
one.
South Carolina.
Yep.
I mean, you're getting crazy upsets this week.
Yeah. It's kind of like the NFL too, man. It's been you can't pick the team. You don't know what team's showing up.
No.
It's ridiculous. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know what you guys think about this, but I think that in far as college football, as much as I like college football and all, we need to change it because college football is taking scholarships away from kids that want to go and get an education instead of just go to play football. So what we ought to call is what it is with the NIL and the portals and so on is we ought to call it like AAA.
Oh
They-
yeah,
I mean,
semi
that's
pro.
all it is.
Yeah, semi-pro and let it go that way. But I don't know. It, everybody's got different thoughts of things, and mine's probably wrong. That's the way most of my life is. But
I'm with you on some of that, and here's Benny and I've had this conversation a lot, and it's obviously we're not a sports we're not a sports commentator, we're not a sports podcast, but we like our shows and we like our teams and we do what we do, but
certainly,
I do think that there's benefits to the NIT or NIL, and I think that a lot of these athletes definitely deserve they deserve some compensation, and
certainly
in other forms other than just through a scholarship to allow them to play football, right?
through the education, right?
And because most of the top tier players were getting paid anyway, just
Yep,
Oh yeah.
under the table or however
Somehow.
they had to funnel the money or whatever it was.
exactly.
Right? And now it gives them a brand they can build upon. And then you have situations like the quarterback over at UNLV who was promised all kinds of stuff and didn't get paid. And so what did he do? He walked away. Well, what does that do for your brand? You think the NFL is ever going to touch that guy?
I wouldn't think so.
He's got to be one hell of a quarterback,
Yeah,
So from that perspective, I think that they've got that they've got their work cut out for them. We got a long way to go, and there's a lot that you can say or do, but I don't like the portal. The NIL I think is a good thing. I do think the portal plays a good point you know, that the third string Alabama quarterback is playing at Pitt, and you know, he beat the brakes off of, you know, well, didn't beat the brakes off him, but he came out and decided he was going to play, you know, WVU and smoked them, and it's been doing really well, and you know, he's getting paid for it. So I can't beat that, but I'm with you. We got to call it something other than college football at this point, you know. So
some point, yep.
But before I go, I know we're getting close to the end, and I wanted to actually say, so I found this place, and we need to go. It's up in Canada.
Okay.
It's called Loch Sewell Floating Lodges on the Hudson.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a floating houseboat. They got like 3 of them. They got like 75-footer, 65-footer, 60-footer. I think they actually have like a 50-something footer too. And they take you out in the middle of the lake, and they drop you off, and you pay for the gas to get out there and the gas to get back. And you stay out there for a week, or, you know, 5-7 days, whatever it is. And you basically use your houseboat as your main camp. And then they tote all the boats that you have. Like, you can bring your own, or you can rent theirs, and they tote it behind the boat while they take your, 20 something miles out into in the river or in the lake. And then you get to hang out for a week in the middle of zero. And I mean, like, zero cell phone coverage.
Perfect.
Yeah.
They,
Sold.
Yeah, they did say that they offer you the ability to buy spot text, so satellite texting, if you really want it.
I'm good without that. Like, I pay for not having that.
yeah, I'm kind of all in. So, and it's a week of fishing, and my buddy did it, and I mean, they killed it. I mean, he caught his first muskie up there. He caught all kinds of cool fish. So. Said it, and it wasn't like stupid expensive. So
right.
Now, hopefully people, so I wanted to see, I wanted to offer that up if y'all want to try to look into it next year and go.
I'm in. I'm whatever. Anything you guys find,
Yeah, I think it'd be a good time.
I think that you guys steered me right on to going alligator hunting, so I can't believe that this could be wrong.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool though. So
it'd be neat, man. Make sure.
I did a lot of digging into this thing, and I was like, man, that could be really, really cool. So
yeah. So I've seen trips like that where they do it. It's where is it? It's like down in the Amazon or something.
Yep.
I've seen
peacock
that one.
bass.
Yeah, the peacock bass fishing.
Dude,
they've got that big boat, and then they've got all the little like John boats, or not John boats. They're like $60,000 bass boats.
Yep.
Tied up to just the outside of it, and it's like a lodge inside. You go out and jump in your boat and go catch peacock bass all day.
Yep.
Dude, that should be so cool.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list of fish to catch is the peacock bass. So, apparently you can catch them down in the Everglades and most of Florida now. So
I've seen people fishing for them in like drainage ditches in Florida now.
Wow,
you catch them everywhere down there.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, let's check into that. That sounds like a great deal.
Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't terribly expensive, and they did a good job with it. So, but we're gonna have to look into it. I think we could have some good times up there for sure.
Making memories, man. That's what it's all about, boys.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's all it is. Making memories.
All right. Well,
hey, you got to give a shout out to that playing a hot trot line now. Those guys. Have you seen some of the texts that West's been sending me?
That dude ate up.
Dude, hey, he's wanting to go to Sturgis with me, right?
Oh, boy.
And he wants to know if I can find something with a sidecar. And these are his exact words. He says, "Man, we're gonna roll up in there in a sidecar." He says, "And I'm gonna bring a bunch of gator stuff." And his exact words were, "The fans are gonna go crazy."
Well,
yeah, they probably will, Wes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
I love it. I love it.
He sent me a text when I got home to Maryland, and it was like the next day or something. I was on my way home from work, and I get a text from Wes. I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting. I open it, and he goes, hey, what's your dad's number? He just subscribed to 365 days of my shenanigans. And I went, oh, yeah, here you go. Here's his number. Have fun with that one. Good luck, Dad.
He doesn't understand. He and I both have alternate realities here. I got Christmas Party Rob, and he's got Cotton Candy Randy.
Oh God! Well, now you got Reverend Rob too. So
Reverend Rob, yeah. Now we got to watch what we're doing with we being Reverend Rob. Now, got to kind of stay on the straight and narrow there.
Yeah, so that's on good behavior.
Yeah, Sunday of fishing is going to be a blessed day. That's
amen. Amen. That's funny.
You get some shirts made.
Heck yeah.
No, man.
Sunday
fishing with Reverend Rob.
Reverend Rob, baby, no doubt. I'm gonna tell you guys, man. I can't stress enough how much I do appreciate you guys allowing me to come along with you this year. It really was memories that. Man, you can do a lot of things and we can do a lot of stuff, but when you get those memories, that's the best part. It really is, and they stick with you forever. And I can't share enough of that. It was a boot in the ass, so I do appreciate that.
And if nothing else, you got to spend some quality time with your boy there.
Amen.
So.
Yep.
You're lucky.
Yep.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah, I am. Amen. I did something right there. Got that right. Yep.
Well, buddies, I think we're about time, aren't we?
Yeah, we're just a little bit over.
But. Cool. Well, Mr. Reverend Rob Jackson, thank you so much for coming on, man. I'm glad I got to spend some time with you in the boat. I'm glad that we got to go alligator hunting. I'm glad I get to know you. You're a pretty good guy. I don't care what Benny says about you. You did a pretty good job with that one. So,
thank you.
He's an okay kid when he wants to be. So,
Yep. There you go.
That might be the most accurate thing you've ever said.
I appreciate it.
That's pretty damn that's spot on.
Yep. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So I'm glad that I get to spend some time with him, but appreciate you and glad you had a good time.
As well.
And we'll definitely have to have you back on the podcast. Maybe make Reverend Rob a little bit more familiar with the rest of the podcast. So
start doing a little sermon, man. I read if you bury a family member in your yard, it turns into a cemetery. It can never go out of the family, and you don't have to pay any taxes.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Who's signing up for that
one? Oh, shoot, boys.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yep. I appreciate it.
There I was, minding my own damn business. Now we're talking about dead bodies in the front yard.
Hey, he's got a tractor he can dig a nice hole with now.
Yep, got me a tractor now. That's right. We're getting close.
Ran out of shit to do with that tractor. He's starting to dig holes.
Yeah, digging holes.
I think your mom's gonna have some issue with that. Your wife is definitely gonna have a problem with that. Just saying.
That's gonna take some smoothing.
You think? You think? I like her. I think she's pretty level-headed out of the entire group.
Thank God.
Yeah, we'd be in a world of trouble if she wasn't.
Somebody has to be.
So I think the best thing, one of the best quotes, and I use it quite regularly now that she came up with, she goes, you got champagne taste on beer money budget. I will never to this day ever forget that. And I use it regularly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thumbs it up.
Absolute.
All right, fellas. Well, I think we've had a good podcast.
Definitely. Only feeling about 5 minutes to me.
Yeah. It goes by quick. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Benny, your turn, son.
Well, cool. Y'all got anything else? Dad, you got anything pressing you want to get off your mind?
I don't. Everybody enjoy that redneck whiskey.
Have
a cold Miller Lite.
Yep.
Yeah, life is good, boys. Make memories.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Cool. Well, Dad, I'll see you in a couple weeks. Mikey, I'll see you in a couple hours.
Yep.
And, we'll go from there.
Mikey, be good.
Yes,
tell family, everybody be good, and we'll talk to you.
All right. Duck season opens Friday.
Yeehaw.
Amen. There you go.
Good luck. Let the wars begin, baby.
Whack, whack, whack.
All right, I'll holler at y'all later.
See you, boys.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to The Hunting Quest. No matter how crazy, high-tech, or lazy the rest of the country gets, we will always be hunting and fishing. If that's you, you've found your new family. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. Reach out to us by email at info@thehuntingquest.com. And check us out on Instagram and YouTube at The Hunting Quest. See you next time.